Mods effective immediately. Anybody using illicit gray market 7 TTV extension enabled emotes that have not been authorized for use in this chat via enabling via BTTV extension, I would like to see timeout commands executed with instant speed impunity. I don't know what stare is. I don't know what flirt is. I don't know what wine time is. And as is the way of the North American, when somebody says something and I don't understand it, I take offense and I get angry. I think that you're putting on airs. I think that you think you're better than me. Well, we'll see who's in charge of the slash commands, the slash timeouts, the slash bans, the slash moments, the slash moments, the slash. Oh. What the hell is slash goal? Open a setup menu to create and manage a goal. Slash goal. Goal type subscribers. What the hell? I don't want to do this. Are you crazy? Cancel. Goal type followers. How about goal type channel point bets? Enable this emote. Okay, because you're a VIP, I'm going to click the link. I got to be honest, I'm going to enable that. I think that's amazing. BabblePls. That one just got added. I think that's a great... I mean, you could use it for dancing, for sure. You can use it for being excited for something, like if we pog off, which doesn't happen too often. But I think you could also use it when I just kind of go a little crazy, because it looks like I'm going a little crazy. Like, it kind of looks like Chib's mods emote. Enable Jake S. Bro, we have Jake S. It's the most wholesome pog. I do still have some illicit pogs, like this one. I have some gray market pogs, but Jake S is like the wholesome pog. I don't fully understand... Pardon me. I don't fully understand the backstory of Jake S. And like most Zoomers, Chiblee will not give me a straight answer. Like when I ask him a question, they're fundamentally opposed to just answering it. Instead, it's got to be like, well, he's just a guy. And I'm like, well, why don't you give me a little bit more context? He's literally just a guy. I need more than that. Why does he have the emote? But I trust that Chib would not have me enable an emote, and then it turns out that this guy is like a bad guy. Like, I hope he's not in federal prison. Or if he's in federal prison, it's for a crime that, like, I don't consider to be that bad. Like, I don't know, racketeering. Which I still don't fully understand what it even is. I still feel like we never really figured out racketeering. It's just like when the government wants to put you in prison, they charge you with racketeering. I've always been more of a squash guy myself. Good one. Dude, I've been thinking yesterday, I was trying to find, I actually Googled Herman Munster chair. And then I was going to take one of the images and I was going to tweet, wow, nice chair. Is that a Herman Miller? I wouldn't know because I have a Herman Munster. But then the only pictures that I could find of Herman Munster chair were like electric chairs. And I thought if I just tweeted a picture of an electric chair, a certain proportion of people on Twitter would be like, what the hell? I thought... And I still, like, I can't get the brainworm out of my head that it would be so funny to just become an Addams Family Stan account as a joke to just dunk on the Munsters trailer. It just feels like that tweet could go off, man. But I refuse to dedicate the time necessary to it. It does feel right. And the only thing stopping me is that it seems like it would take a little bit of work. And then also, I feel like in 2 years I would look back and cringe a little bit. But I think right now it would be very funny. You ever get over your fear of Thing? Excuse me, Addams Family stays winning. The only reason I was afraid of Thing as a little kid was because of the fact that the CGI was so good that I thought it was actually a disembodied hand. As opposed to the Munsters movie that somehow cost $40 million. You can look that up. You can fact check that for yourself. The Addams Family movie probably costs like $6 million, but it looks like Endgame compared to the Munsters, which I don't even know. It looks like Birdemic. It looks like a Goosebumps movie. Dude, it looks like a Goosebumps episode. Like the Canadian Goosebumps TV show. It's not funny, Carly. Take off the mask. I can't. And then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god! That's not funny though, dude. That like the Haunted Mask episode of the Goosebumps show actually kind of like, I don't want to say it traumatized me, but like it scared me. It scared me more than any other Goosebumps episode for sure as a kid. Like that, it was kind of traumatic. It's literally like almost exactly the same plot as the movie The Mask. I mean, a lot of the Goosebumps stuff kind of like falls apart when you put it under that level of scrutiny. It's really just for children, but still. Hey, Anel, do you ever poop stack? Can I ask you a question? And without judgment, I need to know what that means. What does that mean, poop stack? I don't want to get too, I don't know, gross, okay? But I am a long pooper, for sure. I would say my average poop is 15 to 20 minutes. And people that are quick poopers find that morally objectionable. But there's a couple of things I want to say in my own defense. One is, I just enjoy being, like, I start my day with a bowel movement, and I kind of, like the same way you might be in bed and just look at your phone, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, and I look at my phone while I pass, you know, waste out of my colon. I'm not dehydrated. My diet's okay. Like, I've been doing it for 2 decades. Honestly, everything's fine. But I have another theory. And my theory is that every poop that I have is actually like 2 poops for a quick pooper. Like, I feel like the average quick pooper, because like I want to know if other long poopers are in the same boat. It has like a bimodal sort of structure to it. I sit on the toilet, within 30 seconds, I'm dumping. Then there's a 2-minute lull, and then I'm dumping again. It's like there's almost like there's 2 chambers in there. I think if you get up like right after the first chamber is empty, you're not emptying your colon every morning. Instead, you're just letting the chamber move forward 1 position, and you got like a 48-hour poop by the time like the next day rolls around. You need to see a doctor? Well, I am getting a colonoscopy in a couple weeks. The hospital was very adamant that after I got this infection out of the way, that I get a colonoscopy. Yes, from a doctor. Well, not even a doctor, like an insane doctor. Like a doctor who also is like a filmmaker, I guess. But I think it's kind of sus that they sedate you for a colonoscopy. I want like a trip sitter to be in there so they're not taking creep shots. They don't? They do. Because when I was talking to the gastroenterologist on the phone, they were like, what's your weight? And I said, 70 kilograms. And then they said, okay, 70 kilograms. But I was just kind of eyeballing it. Then while I was still on the phone, I Googled 70 kilograms to pounds, and it was like 154 pounds. And I was like, hold on, we got to go back. Can you add 10 to my weight? Because 10 kilograms to my weight? Because I don't want you to give me anesthesia for a 154-pound man. And then I wake up, you know, 75% of the way through the procedure and go, ah! Can you say, can you write on that I'm 110 kilograms, please? I haven't had a good night's sleep in 21 months. I've also, another reason I like this weekly is I think food is actually pretty good in the early game, which is very rare. So I get to make the same joke every video, where I go, to be honest, I'm gonna freeze a peach for the beetle, and then I say, you know what? I'm gonna walk that back. To be honest, I'm gonna freeze peach for everybody. I support freeze peach for all. And then I made, this video hasn't come out yet, but I said in Canada we call that the First Amendment, and I'm just waiting for the comments, the clueless comments to show up. No offense if you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, I was one of them. See, the joke is that we don't have the First Amendment in Canada. I think we do have we have the right to, you know, free speech and freedom of press, but it's covered under the, you know, Charter Section 17 or something like that. I don't know. Taking a cockroach feels like paying for street parking. Dude, they recently changed the regulations in Vancouver. It used to be that you didn't have to pay for street parking until you got out of your car. So, sometimes I would end up getting to, like, where I have to park for the daycare a little early. And then I would just sit in my car for like 10, 15 minutes. Then when I got out, I would pay for like 10 minutes. And it was all good. Now, you gotta pay as soon as you park your car. So I gotta park my car, get out, look at the meter, open the app on my phone, and then pay for the 15 minutes that I'm going to be sitting in my car, and then pay for the 10 minutes that it takes to pick up my daughter as well when the daycare's actually over. They patched the infinite money glitch. That sounds more reasonable. Yeah, but why am I paying for street parking? It's the street. Dude, that's so... I should just not park. I should just put the car in neutral as soon as I don't want to move anymore, and then just keep my foot on the brake. And then I'll be like, excuse me, officer, I wasn't parked. I was in neutral. You don't have to pay for street neutraling. I think their dog was the same size as your worm. Yeah, but I had to spend way more to get there, which allowed them to buff the rest of their squad with such units as a monkey. Perhaps you've heard of them. Okay, that's anti-pig technology. Bishox, don't even say if you had a level 2. I'll be a salty driver. You see him all the time. Don't even tell me if you had a level 2 cow, you would have won that. Because you know what? You've actually got the rare super auto pets pog. Again, people think my ability to audit is only on Twitch and YouTube. It's not. It's on Reddit as well. Top post on r/northernlion today. Teamwood Games creates units with cell abilities. NL's response. Captain America. No, I don't think I will. Let's open up the comments here. Bishox. NL sees an opportunity. This is 28 upvotes. Congratulations on your recent success. Bishox. NL sees an opportunity to create a level 3 duck or pig he will not sell or benefit from the level. Why not? Why shouldn't I do it? Totally fine. Just a reasonable joke. Then, reply. An apple on round 9 do be hidden different. A reasonable joke. I can laugh at that. Then, here's where you cross the line. Everyone knows a 1-1 is better than a potentially game-changing level up or animal. Why'd you take it that far? You made a joke at the start. Everybody laughed. Everybody thought it was funny. Somebody added on to your joke, and then you took it a step further and bred some resentment. You went for basically like a personal attack. Why would you do that? You had a hit joke, and then you turned toxic in the reply to the reply. True, I took it too far. Okay, well, you know, I didn't see an apology in there, but apology accepted nonetheless. The 28 upvotes got to your head. I understand. It happens. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is I just want people to recognize how quickly it could happen. You know, you make a joke and you're like, wow, people love me. And then somebody invites you, they give you an opportunity to go in and maybe like take it one step further. You don't have to take it. You should say, actually, it's okay. I love his videos. He's the smartest guy on the planet. He's never done anything wrong. And he's basically my reason for existing. And then we would have been okay. We would have been on a neutral level. What's your favorite house flipper show? I don't watch any of them. I consider them part of the endemic problem of treating housing as an investment or a leisurely sport instead of as a necessity for, you know, human life. I consider them more morally objectionable than any kind of sexual content you could possibly imagine within, you know, reason. I feel like HGTV should be the subject of a class action lawsuit from American renters, and I feel like they should be forced to go out of business. Is that based enough for you? But if you twisted my arm, I would say hometown. Occasionally when my mom is here, I see a little hometown, and I'm like, you know what? They seem okay. No dragon? We just ran a dragon team. Do you hear yourself when you say the things that you say? Do you hear yourself? You remember what Tom Hardy said, the most iconic quote from Inception, the most iconic movie of all time? You mustn't be afraid to dream a little bigger. And that's what we're doing right now. Although I will tell, I'm just buying this just to have it, but it's Inceptin time. When Leonardo DiCaprio said it's Septin time, it's Incepting time. God, I honestly, this is just for me. I can't tell you how to feel, but for me, that was one of the moments in cinematic history. Okay, 50% chance of a draw. I would have loved that, but that's fine. This man forgets everything he's doing. I promise you, Neon Dactyl, I will not forget your name. Capital N, capital D, bright green text. /user. Following for 7 months. 7 timeouts? You're getting timed out once a month? How the hell does that happen? 999 plus chat messages. And yet he's still the greatest? This man forgets everything he's doing. Effing dogs. This team is going to 7. NL's cracked. He's cracked. The stork is so powerful. Level 2 cow, level 2 cow, level 2 cow, rooster whale, rooster whale, rooster whale, rooster whale. Okay, you know what? You're safe for now. If only I could figure out how to close the damn audit after I open it up. Now I got your damn name on the screen for the rest of my life. How do I close? If I close the tab, then I got to go back into the... Any other mods dealing with this? They need to add a pop-out function. Maybe other streamers don't audit as much as I do. I do not give you permission to yada, yada, yada. Yeah, okay. Well, honestly, you probably did give me permission, but like any sane person, you didn't read the terms of service because they're written deliberately to be too long to reasonably read. So, like, I'm not upset with you. I'm just saying the things that you're writing right now are probably not relevant. Okay, there's a huge sale coming. I love this for me. But what are we going to do with our last 3 gold? We're going to fish for levels. As crazy as this... And we got them! But I don't think we want the second one because we want to easily move something over into the next position. I got to look at something. Ducklings go into 4 health, so we'd rather sell 3 ducklings. Okay, I'm not keeping this other one. Dude, dog or camel? Holy cow. I know we're going to lose this one, and I don't care. Let me get a dog or a camel. I would love a camel, man. I'm not even worried about that, because that's not what I meant. Even worse. Okay. I'd rather you have 4 health than a 1-1. I know this looks like an extraordinary waste of everybody's time. Amazing. Now, if I could get a croissant for this tamarin, I would be very pleased. I'm not expecting to win for like another 3 rounds, maybe. Hopefully, we'd still be alive at that point. I'm not sure. I haven't watched Get Out, and I've had the Blu-ray for like 2 years. Get Out is like it's a watchable, a very, very watchable movie. Because there are movies that are good, and then there are movies that are fun. Get Out is good and fun. It's like you know, a John Wick or an Inception or something like that. It's not like you know, The Artist, where you're gonna have to sit down and I know this is gonna be good, but I have to focus on really appreciating it. It's good and entertaining moment to moment. It's not like The Lobster where you have to meet it halfway. You don't have to meet it halfway. You have to meet it like 10% of the way there. Quotation marks, fun. It is fun. It's fun. I'm not saying it's fun like, you know, your favorite movie of all time, which is probably National Treasure. But I mean, I guess maybe a better descriptor would be that it's not dry. Adaptation is goated. Adaptation, low-key, not my favorite Charlie Kaufman movie, but probably the best Charlie Kaufman movie. Also an insane Nicolas Cage performance. I'm thinking of ending things is better. Yeah, if you're like looking for a sleep aid, I would personally really recommend something like I'm Thinking of Ending Things. If you're looking for a movie that squanders an incredible cast, including Jesse Plemons, Toni Collette, David Thewlis, then yeah, I would definitely recommend watching I'm Thinking of Ending Things. If you're looking to watch a 2.5 hour long movie that requires you to read 4 hours of analysis after the movie to understand what they were trying to communicate, then I would really recommend watching something like I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Ass tier take? Go back to film school. Go watch Wavelength, a 45-minute long movie that starts with a zoomed in shot of a door, slowly zooms out to reveal an apartment, pivots slightly, and then zooms in on another door. It's one of the most remarkable films ever made. If you don't like it, oh, sorry you're dumb, apparently. Sorry you're stupid and couldn't appreciate it. The vibes were off the chart. You don't even understand that movie has some of the best key gripping of all time. It also has, ironically, some of the worst best boy work I've ever seen. However, I'm not going to hold that against it. It broke new ground. My favorite film? I would have to say Fritz Lang's German sci-fi classic Metropolis. And then number 2, The Wolf of Wall Street. And number 3 is The Dark Knight. Number 4, I would have to say, is the Lumiere brothers. Train approaching the screen. That one, it broke new ground in cinema. Number 5, I'd say Whiplash has definitely got to be up there. Somewhere else in the top 10, I mean, personally, I think the American Film Institute overrates Citizen Kane a little bit, although I do appreciate, you know, what it did for film at the time when it was released. But sure, maybe number 7. I would say number 8, probably Independence Day or Jurassic Park 1. Number 9, I'm thinking that maybe that would be Addams Family Values. I know a lot of people prefer the original, but I like Joan Cusack's turn as Fester Addams' fiance. What even was that bit? That's the bit of the 23-year-old man who comes into Twitch chat to talk about how dumb my film takes are. His favorite movie is something that he is not actually his favorite movie. He simply uses it to signal to other people that he pays very close attention to how respected film is. And then his second favorite movie is actually his favorite movie, and it stars Christian Bale as a man who's also a bat at night.
There's a caterpillar. Is this a bad caterpillar?
I don't know.
Is this a bad caterpillar, Chet? Is that a good caterpillar?
Hello, honey.
Should I set this caterpillar free?
You should probably just free it outside. Would be what I would say. Well, cupcake. You see a cupcake? They say eat it. That's a Super Auto Pets. Hi, honey.
Does it turn into a butterfly?
Hi, honey. No? You say no when I say hi? Oh no.
Show those stickers to Daddy.
What kind of stickers did you get, honey? Octopus sticker? Yo, look at that. That's amazing. That's awesome, honey. She got an octopus sticker. That's Ruka's toy, yeah. That's Tomo's house. You're absolutely right. Hold on, I'm thinking about Frasier. I'm running straight. 0 of 25 still qualified. I'm not feeling too bad. You changed my gravity. Why would you do that? It's your gravity too. What do you say, honey? You got Daddy's water bottle. Thank you. Did you have fun with mommy? Daddy, drink. You want me to drink the water? Okay, here we go. She ran away. When I made the sound, she ran away. Hey, come back, come back. Honey, come back. I mean, it sounds bad, don't get me wrong. Does she like the cats? Yeah, she likes the cats. Tomo just runs away. Ruka tolerates it. He tolerates some attention. Okay, time to lose. So we just explained to her, like, you gotta be gentle with the cat. Sometimes she puts all of her weight, like, right on Ruka's neck, and then Ruka, like, runs away. But I'm like, you know what? That's just a necessary step. And now, can you loan me some points? I'm not very liquid right now. Honestly, I would love if Twitch introduced point lending that was tied to the Federal Reserve fund rate. So last July, hold on, I gotta focus on this. We got 3 blackberries and 1 dragon fruit. Last July, I got an email that said we're giving you a special bonus rate in your savings account of 0.75%. Which, and the thing that's most messed up about that is that it was actually, like, that's pretty good. At the time, at least. 3 blackberries. I got an email from my bank yesterday. They said, hey, we're willing to loan you money for a line of credit you didn't even apply for. You know what the interest rate is on the loan? Prime plus 4.5. Prime plus 4.5 is standard. Yeah, but prime is like 2 right now. So they're basically charging me triple the current interest rate because of the Fed outlook. It's insulting. Game isn't changing your personality. That was the dual bacterial infection in your gut biome. I've chosen to take it as good news that the antibiotics were not that effective against the bacteria. Because I was worried that it meant, like, because everyone was telling me these infections only happen if you are, like, in the middle of the Amazon rainforest and get bit by, like, a weird frog or something like that. I was honestly like, well, my immune system must be, like, fucked up. But then, the antibiotics killed the bacteria. And I was like, thank God for antibiotics. Then my doctor called me and was like, actually, the antibiotics didn't do shit. And I was like, whoa, I knew it. I'm goated. I'm built different. Thank you, doctor. Doctor, that's amazing news. The medicine you prescribed me didn't work? That's incredible. I'm not that bad at this, but I'm worse than you would expect. I'm like, it's not my worst game. Definitely Penguin Pool Party's my worst game. But I lose at this one more than I should. How did you shoot out at an angle there? That just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I was just, like, confused. I just didn't know what was going on. I was, like, confused. My head was not in the game. I almost died last week, 2 weeks ago, I guess now. I did almost die 2 weeks ago. Ryan, in 4 months, I almost died 5 months ago. Yeah, but, like, chat in 10 years. Hey, when's Poison Mushroom coming back? Hey, when's Grey's Anatomy coming back? 2 can play that game. Chat in a decade. Just a 5,039-year-old man asking me when I'm going to play vertiginous golf again. I guess I shouldn't bite the hand that feeds, but, you know. Chat when I'm actually on my deathbed, hopefully in my 110s. So, no Mombazu? Does this mean we won't be getting Monbazu this month? Blind Casino, you're absolutely right. End submissions, delete bet, start again. I don't understand how they could have a delete bet, but they don't have a refund last payout button. People could buy rewards. I guess if you had a refund button, people would start buying rewards. But then whatever, let them go into debt. Did you use the, oh, Anon, you didn't use an unsigned int for the variable data type, did you? Anon, tell me you didn't use an unsigned int. Oh my god. I think it should be like a bank transfer. Like, as soon as the points are deposited in your account, you can't spend them for like a day. Unless you're a sub. It should be like, you should be able to check like your app and be like, those 250,000 channel points will be hitting your account tomorrow. And you'd be like, oh shit, but I gotta pay my digital rent tonight. I don't understand like why when you make like a bank transfer, I guess I just don't understand the industry. But if I make a bank transfer Friday at 5:30, why doesn't it land in the account it's supposed to land into until Monday at 9? Like, when people had to put that shit in... Oh my god, I'm so upset. When people had to put that shit into pneumatic tubes, that makes sense. They're not at work. They're on vacation. It's their weekend. But this shit is all done by computers now. Even when... You know what's fucked up is that sometimes I'll meet with my financial advisor, and he'll tell me that, like, hey, we're gonna do like this. Is that okay? And I say yes. And then he tries for like 5 minutes to do it, and he says the computer won't let. And I go, okay. I mean, I didn't realize. I thought the computer was the tool and you were the boss. But actually, the computer's the boss, and you're just pushing the buttons. I really like my financial advisor, to be honest. I'm not making a joke at his expense. It's more just that if the computers are the ones that are like making all the rules, They're working the fucking weekend, so why can't we have the money that was sent on Friday afternoon be deposited Friday evening? Or maybe like instantly. Cut his mic, cut his mic. I'm pro-computer, I'm just saying, like, the computers are probably like, let me transfer the money, but there's like a human that's like, no, you have to wait 48 hours to make sure you really earned it. Okay, you gotta time this appropriately. You fucking grab me. You piece of crap. You piece of shit. You actual asshole. You grab me, and now we're both gonna die. And now we're both, because you grabbed me, we're both gonna die. I choose prediction. I say no. Congratulations, you paid out the doubters. I mean, that was a hit. That was a conspiracy. That was definitely someone who bet on doubt in the chat. There was no reason for them to grab. And I'm being real with you. I think there's like genuinely two kinds of people in the world. There's people that if they found themselves in the fires of Mount Doom with another person, they would look to the person next to them and say, we did it together. And then there's other people, they would push you in. And I think they would do it just to feel like they, for once in their lives, they were able to exert some control on the world. I'm in the first column. I look at a situation like that, a stressful situation like a Fall Guys obstacle course, and I look at the person to the side of me and I say, we're forever bonded as a result of this shared experience. Some people say, it's just the two of us, no one will know that I killed you. And they're the reason that we're in this fucked up position right now. Trauma bonding? Yeah, like the time that we played that drinking game on campus where we shotgunned a beer at every security light. There were like 80 security lights on campus. We had a whole group of like, you know, 10 people that were gonna come with us. It was still gonna be a rager, but at least it was like mathematically plausible that we could make it. And then like half the damn group was like, oh, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. So it was just like 3 or 4 of us on like the last 50 lights. You gotta shotgun 12 beers each after you've already shotgunned like 10 beers. Like, but then it took us like 6 times longer than expected so that we didn't die. But at the end of, I feel like I have a forever bond with the people that chose to go the distance with me on that. Like, yes, it was not good for our overall physical health, short-term or long-term, but I will always, even if in 20 years, I could see one of them at a supermarket, and I could say, you know what? Remember that time we did the blue light game? And they would say something like, they would go, yes, sir. Something like that. No, they would recognize me. I'm bald. I might not recognize them because they'll probably be bald, but they weren't bald the last time I saw them. How common is bagged milk? In the west half of Canada, not common. Not common at all. From Ontario, I can only speak for Ontario East. Ontario and east of Ontario, very common that you would buy milk that is like 4 1-liter bags of milk inside of a big bag that holds all the bags. It's bags all the way down. It's really good. It's literally the same. It's just milk. I mean, like, it's... We don't have to go through this. How much plastic do you think it saves? Negative plastic because the bags are made of plastic? You're not buying a paper bag of milk at the grocery store. Like, come on. Maybe at Whole Foods? I'm using my cleats. I'm using my cleats. I mean, I think it's like, you can make an argument either way. Rather than get into an argument, I would just like to see data because I'm like twisted like that. I think you can make the argument that it's less wasteful to have one little plastic bag to hold the milk than like the process of making the carton and then recycling the carton. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. But you also have to buy a little plastic container in order to hold the bag of milk in the first place. So you think the cartons are less wasteful? Okay, we're all desperate. I mean, I would tend to agree, but people that have like used bags of milk their whole life are like, bro, but you recycle so many cartons. Stop, stop, stop. We can all make it. Just wait for it. Just wait. Okay, now fuck you. Fuck you. I got mine. Get out. You suck. You suck ass. I'm amazing. Fuck you. You believe me when I said we could all make it? There's only room for 12, idiot. You bought it hook, line, and sinker. People that have drank from milk bags their whole life are just like predisposed to think that it's the best option, even though it's insane to buy a bag full of bags and then go home, take a bag out of the bag, and then cut the corner of it off with a pair of scissors, and then place the bag inside of a weird dark blue pitcher that you then use to pour the milk. Nobody else on the rest of planet Earth thinks that that system makes any sense at all. Okay, you would put the bag in the pitcher first. You would not cut it and then put it in the pitcher. I got the order wrong. Those pitchers are orange, my guy. No, they're dark blue. They're navy blue. I can't even imagine drinking milk out of an orange pitcher. That's actually like, I don't know why in my head it tastes like mustard, like Dijon mustard. White I would accept, but I'm navy. My household ran a navy milk pitcher. But honestly, my parents, they're on the carton game now, even though they're in Ontario. I think the carton meta is sweeping the nation. Not jugs. No, I mean, I don't know. This is just two adults. I don't think they need anything that you would describe as a jug of liquid. I don't think they need it. They don't drink that much milk. I think, in fact, only my dad drinks it to begin with, so it's really just one guy. Which is why every time my parents come here, like my mom and dad have very different dietary preferences. They buy a bunch of food, and then they're like, hey, do you want some of this muesli? And I'm like, no. And then my mom goes home and she's like, well, I don't want to just throw it out. And then she's like, here's like 75 fun-sized single-serving muesli containers. And I'm like, you're basically, because you don't want to throw it out, you're giving it to me, and then I'm gonna let it sit on like our island for 2 weeks, and then I'm just gonna throw it out. Like, you grabbed, I gotta get away from sunglasses, man. He's dead? Please tell me he's dead. I need to see green sunglasses die here for my own well-being. I think he already quit the lobby. No! How did he survive that? Do your parents watch your stream? Only like, my dad doesn't. He just doesn't have the time. My mom might watch my stream. If she does, I thank her genuinely for not telling me. I think she is very smart. I'm not afraid to say that my mom is smart. That doesn't threaten me. I love a strong and smart woman, especially if she's my mom, by the way. We take those. But I think she's smart enough to recognize that this whole streaming thing is like, the fact that it exists at all is like magical. And at any moment, that magic could be popped like a little bubble. So she doesn't, if she watches my stream, she doesn't tell me that she watches my stream, which is nice, because I think she recognizes that she doesn't want to throw off my stroke. And I really appreciate that. I'm actually like, when I talk to people on Discord, the only emote I use is KEKW. I actually append KEKW to like every second message I write. Why am I running? Like, just chill. So add KEKW? No, I like being able to use it, but restricting the privilege to me and only me. Enable Dies of Cringe? There's no way I haven't seen that emote. What is Dies of Cringe? Hold on, it's getting hot. It's just a guy falling down. Oh no, that's me. I jumped on the platform that I jumped on. We did not win that one. When will you start being an iPad parent? Honestly, I don't see it happening. Maybe if we have a second child, then I would be like, here you go. I've already seen this shit. But like, you know what's crazy is every once in a while, you will see someone pushing around a baby that's like a year old in a stroller, and the year-old baby is holding a phone. And you're like, that's too much. Like, when you got like 3 kids between 7 and 10, and they're all using their iPad at the restaurant, I'm like, I get it. That's like, you just need a little bit of a break. I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm saying I haven't been in your shoes yet, so I'm not gonna say that I would never do it. But when you see like one kid and it's a baby and they're looking at a phone, you're like, really? Like out for a walk. Like, go look at some... Babies are mystified by everything. Let them look at some birds or something. Let them look at some... Let them see some dogs or some, like, flowers or something like that. They don't need to just be watching Twitch.tv all the time. As long as they're watching Coco Melon, I don't see the harm. Okay, so you've taken me down a different path here, because now, like... I think Coco Melon is actually, like, worse than if they were watching, like, my stream. I don't actually believe this. Like, if you held a gun to my head or hooked me up to a polygraph or whatever, I couldn't stand by this take. But I do think it's funny to say that I think that Coco Melon is, like, a psyop that has been created by, like, a foreign government in order to undermine the intelligence of the future generation. Not because, like, it's any less idiotic than, like, other television that children watch. Because, like, everything... Peppa Pig's okay. Sesame Street is awesome. But, like, a lot of the other shows... Maybe Daniel Tiger's okay. But a lot of the other shows are all on, like, the same level of brain rot, which is fine. They try to give you, like, a little lesson. I saw you in there. Coco Melon, I actually think is kind of, like... It's weaponized brain rot. Because, like, and I apologize if it makes you feel bad because you've been letting your kid watch it. They're probably actually going to be fine, and I'm just being judgmental. But at least, like, Sesame Street, they have, like, clearly they got people that, like, were involved in musical theater and early childhood educations. So, you know, they, like, they write songs that are designed to teach kids things, and they have, like a rising action, and then, like, a chorus, and then a coda, like... Coco Melon is just endlessly repetitive, you know. Eat your carrots, eat your carrots. No, I won't. No, I won't. You gotta eat your carrots. You gotta eat your carrots. Okay, mom. Okay, mom. Eat your peas. Eat your... And I'm not even messing with you. Like, it's that, and then you would be like, okay, how long could that be? And the song is like 9 minutes long. It's just that over and over and over again. Baby Shark take? Honestly, like, I don't think Baby Shark has any educational value. The kids get so pogged up for it that, like, I'm willing to allow it. Like, my daughter is crazy about Baby Shark. And actually, we have these Baby Shark sound books. One of them is in English, one of them is Korean, that has, like, a pen, and you can point it at things in the book, and it'll tell you information about them. And it's actually like an insanely good learning tool. So the song Baby Shark has no merit, obviously. But some of the products that they're making under the Baby Shark label are actually like pretty good toddler toys, I think. Bro, no, let's not. Holy cow. Get owned. That feels kind of sick. Showdown of the century. Stream sniper killed. No, I wasn't stream sniper. No, dude, I'm not even that good, okay? I'm not even that good. You just... I got lucky the first time. Big fan of your stream, by the way. All right, well, enjoy watching it, because you're no longer in the lobby. You're such a big fan of my stream, then you're welcome for getting your ass kicked. That way you can watch it uninterrupted. You don't have to worry about trying to find me on the damn map anymore. I am excited, you know, starting the week after next, I should have some colonoscopy anecdotes. They're very insistent that I get a colonoscopy to see if I have ulcerative colitis. And you know what I think it is? Without being rude to the doctors, I think it's because every time I came into urgent care in the ER, they were like, well, it's probably ulcerative colitis. And I was like, I don't know, I think I have an infection. And then, eventually, as we all knew would happen, I was proven right, and it was an infection. Anyway, so they were like, no, dude, we're the doctor, trust us. It's definitely ulcerative colitis or some other inflammatory bowel disease. So I think they're giving, and maybe this is a juvenile take, but I think they're giving me a punitive colonoscopy because they're mad that my diagnosis was right. That my armchair diagnosis of a bacterial infection was correct. So now they're like, well, guess what? We're going to give you a colonoscopy anyway. They're like, this will teach him. He thinks he's so smart. Obviously, I'm joking. I have nothing but respect for the hardworking people in the medical industry and the ones even who aren't working that hard, to be honest. It's nothing but respect for my doctors. By the way, this is the part of the stream where maybe I disappoint you. We're taking a much needed vacation next week. I will not be live. There will be YouTube videos, but I will not be live next week. We're going to get out and enjoy some fun in the sun to celebrate, not having really had a vacation for like 2.5 years, but also me not being dead. So I'd really love if you guys could sign off on the PTO. If you guys could just give me the time off. I know I used a lot of my sick days this year, but I'm hoping that you'll find it in your heart to approve this one as well. Plus, it's July, man. Nobody gets anything done in July anyway. From Memorial Day to Labor Day, that's like a quarter of the year, and like 10% of the economic output of the world happens then. I still maintain that from American Thanksgiving until like the second Monday in January, that's also like 10% of the year and like 1% of the economic output of a nation's GDP happens during that period. So I actually think like 80% of the work that gets done annually gets done between the second week of January and like the first week of May. Hey, NL, I just got out of Thor, Love and Thunder and foolishly didn't go to the bathroom before my long bus ride home. I'm just going to tell you, and I think it's just life, okay? You just have to go to the the best piece of wisdom that I could give you that's easy to implement, as I say thank you to Jobsy as well, thank you, is anytime you got a chance to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. I always say this when it comes to like travel. People are like, what is a travel tip you have? Some people will be like, I roll up my t-shirts instead of fold them so I can put 2 more t-shirts in my suitcase. I'm like, nah, man. If you haven't pissed in an hour and you're in a train station, go to the bathroom. That's the... If you're leaving a restaurant, even if you don't have to pee, go pee. Because you might have to pee in half an hour and you'll be like, man, I should have gone when I was in that clean restaurant. So I encourage you. I'm telling you, it's a tip that has never served me poorly. I've never been like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't go to the bathroom. Suppose like a traumatic experience could happen in the bathroom, but I have no reason to believe it'd be more likely to happen in the restaurant than in the place that I would be taking a pee in 30 minutes later, right? All other things being equal. I also, and not everybody agrees with this, but my 2 travel tips that I always think about mindfully whenever I travel. Tip number 1, use the bathroom at every reasonable opportunity. Tip number 2, eat whenever offered. And not just to experience new foods. I mean, like, literally so you don't find yourself being hungry and not being able to eat. And maybe they go hand in hand, because I would encourage you to also take the opportunity to always get a sip of water. Anytime you get an opportunity to, like, fulfill a necessary bodily function for your happiness and healthiness, take that opportunity. That's my advice to you. Not just when traveling. Oh, sorry, what I meant to say is, you've got to go to KEKW when you're there. No, man. Like, you'll figure it out. Just go to TripAdvisor.com. What they won't tell you on TripAdvisor.com, you better piss, girl.